So I have been consistently inconsistent. Hey Run Junkies, I have a question for you. How do you find success in reaching your goal? The key to any training plan is consistency. When you are adding a training plan to an already busy schedule, you are going to have to make some sacrifices and reprioritize your time in order to keep that training plan consistent. The first step in staying consistent is actually having a plan, and it's called a plan for a reason. You want to know what to expect throughout your journey, and especially from day to day and from week to week. The best piece of advice I ever got was to use your workouts and your training sessions as appointments. So you write them down in your calendar and you make that appointment and you keep that commitment. If you write it down, you are far more likely to actually do the work as opposed to just saying, well, you know, I should probably go running today. The next step follows right on that. If you can view that appointment as a non-negotiable, no matter what, you are going to be there. Then you start to develop the habit. And that habit starts to gain momentum. It's kind of like the flywheel concept. It takes a lot of energy to get it started, but once it's started, it gains momentum and it's really, really easy to keep it going. Now, here is where your support crew comes in. I would say talk to somebody and tell them what you're planning on doing. It doesn't have to be a play-by-play of every single workout. If you share with an accountability partner what your goals are and they are interested in helping you achieve those goals, it's going to be a lot easier to keep that consistency because you will have someone who's going to ask you, how did that go? How's your training going? Maybe you've heard that it takes about 3 weeks to develop a new habit. That's kind of true, but to make that habit stick takes a lot longer than that. So give yourself some credit and be patient because it's going to take a lot of energy to gain that momentum, but once you have that momentum, you will find your groove. Have a plan, make the appointment, make that appointment non-negotiable, develop the habit, tell a friend, and you will find your groove and stay consistent.
But what happens if I bust my groove?
Yeah, that happens. That's a thing. What happens if you lose that consistency and your groove gets shook up? Well, guess what? Life happens. Your kids have to stay home from school. Maybe you have project deadlines. Maybe it's pouring rain and you've planned on a 50-mile bike ride. That is when you want to adapt your plan. Move things around, change things up, but try to keep the consistency. So here's what I do when life hands me a depth charge. If I can get the workout planned for later in the day, then that is the ideal scenario. That rarely happens, but that is my first go-to. I might adapt the workout, make it shorter, or switch workouts from later in the week. I do that all the time. It really does depend on what is happening in my life at that moment. So adapt the workout by changing it up or moving it around or shortening it or just doing something different. The third option, which is perfectly acceptable, is to just let it go. If you are beating your head against the wall because you didn't get this workout in, you're not doing yourself any favors or giving yourself a guilt trip because you didn't get out that day. Let it go. And don't sing the song. I won't sing the song. I'm just saying, let it go. You spent a lot of mental energy, and that mental toughness does actually take a lot out of you. And if you're doing that over and over and over again, it can be a bit much. Sometimes it's not your body that needs the break, it's your brain. So let the workout go and just get back into it tomorrow. So here's the question of the week. How do you stay consistent, and what barriers do you face that kind of get in the way of creating that momentum and getting the flywheel going? Please leave a comment below and let me know what you do to stay consistent. So that is it for this week. Please subscribe to this channel. Hit the little red subscribe button. Wait a minute, where is it? Is it over here? No, it's over here. And if it's not red, then you're fine. So, because it probably says you're subscribed. Yay! But that's it for today. So thank you very much for watching. Get out there, go find your awesome. We'll see you next time, and until then, happy running.